How you doing? I'm Mike Carbon from Totally Toned Personal Training, and I'm joined today by Jonathan Paine from Southwest General. How you doing, Jonathan?
Good to see you, Mike.
All right, buddy. Hey, Jonathan is a physical therapist over at Southwest, and we're here today to talk to you about neck pain and even the bad posture that could be causing that neck pain. Now, Jonathan, with all the time that we spend nowadays in front of our phones, on tablets and computers and such, are there, a lot of complaints about a neck pain?
Absolutely. Every time I get a prescription for a new patient in physical therapy, I walk out to the therapy waiting room to bring them back, and I always find them slouched over on their phone, playing with their tablet or reading a magazine. And I can see right away where a lot of their pain is probably coming from.
Well, absolutely. I'd have to agree 100%. We also want to mention that not only the pain that in the neck that the back and the bad posture can cause, but also, correct me if I'm wrong, but over time of having that bad posture, walking, sitting like that, it can actually decrease your lung capacity. And what that's going to do is that's going to limit the amount of oxygen that you're actually able to intake and therefore deliver throughout your body.
No, it's absolutely true.
All right. So, with that being said, what can we do?
Well, actually, I'm going to give you number one, I would recommend frequent changes in position. We often spend too long sitting at your computer, sitting behind the wheel of a car. You need to get up and move around as frequently as you can. Every hour or two would be a great idea.
Okay.
Other than that, I'd like to give you 3 quick exercises that anybody can do at home, at the office, wherever they are.
Sure.
And one of the first ones I always like to recommend is a doorway stretch. So you're going to try to find a doorway, or a corner will work if you don't have a door that's accessible. You're going to place one arm on one side of the door, one side on the other, and you're gradually going to lean forward into the door to stretch your chest out. You don't want to slouch forward and put your head forward. You want to keep it up nice and straight, and you just want to lean right into the corner of the door to stretch your pecs out.
Excellent. Yeah, that's very important, keeping your head up so your spine stays in alignment. Sure. But is there a position that's better or worse as far as, should we be at 90, 45, kind of where should our arms be?
You want to shoot around 90 degrees. Okay. Oftentimes we find that's a little too stressful for people that are really tight, so you may need to start a little lower initially, and as you loosen those pecs up, you'll be able to go a little higher.
Okay. And how often should we do?
I'd recommend you do that, hold it 15 to 20 seconds. You're going to do that, 3 times in a row.
Sure.
And I'd recommend try that a couple times a day. Get up from your office and try that. Twice a day would be fantastic.
Awesome. What else can we do?
The other thing I like to do, again, simple things you can do anywhere you are, is just shoulder rolls.
Okay.
You're just going to roll the shoulders up and around, in a circle. And I would recommend doing 20 of these, every hour to 2 sitting at your desk. How easy is this to do? Just going to roll them backwards.
Right. You
can also flip it around, and you can roll them forward as well. And you can try 20 of those.
Okay.
The next one would actually be scapular retractions or shoulder squeezes, which we're going to have Mike demonstrate here. He's got a good set of shoulders here. And I'm going to have him squeeze his shoulder blades straight back together. It's called scapular retraction. He's going to squeeze his shoulder blades back together. All too often we find ourselves slouched forward with our shoulder blades popped forward, and we want to remind ourselves to squeeze them back. And again, I would do maybe 20 repetitions of that, and a couple times a day while you're at work would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Now, also in doing these, what I've found is that just doing the exercises and kind of making yourself do them for a little bit, it makes you conscious about your posture. It makes you really think about, how you're sitting, because you're thinking, okay, well, let me do a couple of these because maybe I'm starting to get the neck pain. Let me do a few stretches or something. But that really makes you conscious. I think a lot of that has to do with it, too. We forget and we just start going into that leaning position. So not only will they strengthen, but it'll make you think about it, right?
Sure. And another one you can also do that's also a great idea is as far as checking your posture. I'd recommend everybody go home, find a wall.
Okay.
Put your back to the wall, put your butt to the wall, shoulders back, head back. And see if you can stand with your butt, your shoulder blades, and your head touching the wall.
Oh, that's a good one.
You actually may find it actually more difficult than you think, and it shows you just how slouched forward we end up all the time.
Gotcha. All right. Now, how about the people at home who are, a little more active and, could maybe do some more challenging type exercises? Are there any that we can show them?
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do for that kind of population is to use a Swiss ball and some light weights.
Okay.
And by laying over top of the ball in proper position, we're going to strengthen all those upper back muscles and even the muscles into our neck.
Excellent. Let's show them.
Let's go.
All right, everybody, now we're going to show you some things that's really going to help the more active individual, the everyday individual, help to correct that posture so we can develop stronger muscles that will help us to maintain the upright position. All right, what do you got for us, Jonathan?
All right, first posture exercise we're going to do today is we're going to go over top a ball, and we're going to do what I call the tees.
Okay.
So you're going to grab some light weights. I grabbed about 3 pounds here, and what you're going to do is you're going to bring them backwards. My head's in a nice upright posture. My chin's tucked in. I'm holding nice posture, and I'm making a big T. And my palm is facing the ground. That's the most comfortable position to do it in. And I'm going to try 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps, making sure I'm not slouching forward and I'm not hyperextending backwards. I'm keeping my spine aligned nice and neutral in the middle.
Okay.
Then the second one I would do in a similar position, we would go ahead and switch, and I would do what we call a Y. Same nice posture, lined up. You're going to go ahead and try to bring the arms over your head in a Y position.
Excellent. Now this is going to work the muscles across the back of the shoulders there, correct?
Right, upper back, postural muscles.
Okay, the rear delt area. Now let me ask you this. You know, so these individuals are more active, and the folks at home doing this are obviously, you know, able to do these. But what if we're having a trouble, you know, kind of balancing? Maybe our core isn't quite there yet.
Sure.
Can we modify this a little bit?
Yeah. Absolutely. Your best option would be either to put your feet against the wall, if you have access to that, or you can just do it on your knees.
Okay.
So same type position, I'm just going to do it on my knees, and I can do those same two exercises. I can do my T's.
Okay.
I can do my Y's. Okay, in that same type position. And then I had a third one I wanted to show you guys today.
Sure.
I call it a reverse curl. This is going to get the lower back and the upper back muscles engaged. I'm going to go to that same type position, and I'm just going to try to extend my body forward, still up in that Y-type position. I can bring my arms out here. I can rest them at the side. I can even put them gently at the side of my head, as long as you're not pulling on your neck. And I would try, well, that's a little more difficult. I might try maybe 2 sets of 10 on that one.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good one. You can really tell how that would develop the lower back.
Yeah.
That's great. Excellent. Thanks, man. Those were some great exercises that we just showed them. Now, are there any red flags that people should look out for or be aware of when they're, you know, performing these postural activities?
Yeah, when it comes to the neck, if you're having any radiating pain down the arm, shooting pain, numbness, tingling, weakness in your arm, weakness in your grip strength, those would be the red flags we're looking for, and you really need to get on the phone right away to the doctor.
Okay, so stop immediately. Don't try to push through it, and make a phone call to your doc.
Correct.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Jonathan, thank you so much. That was very informative. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, thank you for tuning in again. We really appreciate it. But again, just a quick reminder, please, while doing any of these exercises, if you experience any pain or discomfort, stop immediately, call your physician, and just make sure you're okay before you try to push through anything. No pain, no gain does not always apply, okay? Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time.